Yo, we're live. Welcome everyone. Happy Monday. I rarely do Monday streams, but today the weather was kind of playing along, and tomorrow it's supposed to be like 30 degrees again in Germany. Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Um, so yeah, there's a high possibility that we won't be able to stream tomorrow. So I thought, why not just go live on Monday? Why not just hang around a little bit, talk about what I have in mind for this week, as we don't have a schedule, because I never know whether I can stream or not. The schedule doesn't really make sense. I thought, hey, why not just go live and talk a little bit? Yesterday we played... did we play? Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we played a little bit of Nine Souls. It's already Tuesday here. Hi Kai, welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, initially I wanted to go live at 8 p.m, but something came in my way, and then I was also debating whether I should watch the Chelsea game. Oh, my model froze. Okay, back. But how are you doing, Kai? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing great. Hope you are doing great. Yeah, I was also debating whether I should watch the Chelsea game in the World Cup, but I refused. So I was like, let's go live today, because there's a possibility that I cannot be live tomorrow because of the heat. It's gonna be very, very hot tomorrow. About 30 degrees. Summer's in full effect. Catboy, June is still in full effect. But there are a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. Very important things that kind of already talked with Lexi and Siphon about before, but the plans have kind of changed regarding playing games on the channel, to be honest with you. It's kind of rough keeping up the interactivity when I'm playing story-heavy games where the game is the main attraction. And I've noticed that with Expedition 33, but I also noticed that in the past 2 days with Nine Souls, where it's just really me doing all the show, right? And I've talked about it in the past before that I do have troubles making these 20+ hour games very entertaining, or maybe not. Like, maybe they're entertaining, but they're definitely not very interactive. So yeah, we might actually just stop playing those. I'm thinking about it. Hi Dante, hi. You're actually not first, you're first on Twitch. Welcome, by the way. Hope you're doing great. Happy Monday to you, Dante. But Kai was here first on YouTube, though. On YouTube. First on Twitch, yeah. How's it going? I was just trying to explain that I might actually give up on playing 20+ hour experienced games. Because I'm doing great. I think I'm starting to get a little bit sick. Because my nose is acting up again. Like, I feel no symptoms. Like, my feet are in check. My feet are not cold. Nothing seems to indicate that I caught a virus or cold, but my nose is acting out a little bit. Maybe it's an allergy that I developed. You never know. Isn't there like a saying that you develop new allergies like every 7 years? Like, your skin is almost shedding every 7 years. Don't get sick. Maybe it's an allergy. I don't know. But I have a carpet in the bedroom, and that carpet is like an anti-allergy, anti-dust sensitive carpet, and the same goes for the bed and the bed sheet. So it shouldn't be an allergy, but I don't know. My nose has been acting up without me feeling any other types of cold symptoms. Let's just pray that I'm not getting sick. We're gonna have a bunch of just chatting streams this week, or I'll try to find some games that are a little bit shorter or more interactive. And then the initial plan I had for June, hear me out. The initial plan I had for June was to upload a bunch of reaction videos so we can basically play whatever we want without the stress and the fear of not growing, right? But it's the middle of June now and I haven't uploaded a single video yet. So yeah, once again, I'm not gonna start another 1 hour whining self-indulging imploding stream where I talk about the channel and the growth and shit like that. It shouldn't concern anyone. All I'm saying is that we might just have to give up on these longer games, these blockbuster titles, which I love playing, but I don't think there's a way for me to play it. It just takes too long. It takes too long, and the people have spoken, and the people do not really appreciate, like, I don't think they like these types of streams that much. So it is what it is. We're just gonna have just chatting streams. Maybe one dedicated gaming stream per week where we play. I like it. All the analytics show the opposite. That's what I said. Like, I had the discussion with Lexi and Double Chocolate Chip as well. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just lacking the confidence to play these types of games. Maybe it's just a me problem. I don't know. Expedition 33, for example, when did we start it? 4 weeks ago, like a month ago. We're still in Act 2, at the beginning of Act 2. Like, these games take a long time to finish, and at that point, are you even immersed in the story anymore? I have something called playthrough guilt. I'm feeling very guilty about it. And same with, like, dropping 9 souls, or thinking about dropping 9 souls, because that is a promise I try to make for, like, my cat Zimby. Because I promised, there are 2 promises that I made last year when he passed away. 2 promises. Number 1 is to learn how to draw the cats in anime style. I did not do that. So I had 12 months. I did not do that. I feel very guilty about it. And then the other one was to play and finish a cat game every June. So we started 9 souls, and it's just... I just don't feel like it's like vibing with our community, these longer games. That's the thing. And I don't want to, I said that in a different kind of stream before. I don't want it to sound like I'm blaming it on you, like... The community is very vast, we're like spread out in different time zones, and everyone has different kind of interests, and not everyone is into the same type of content and into the same type of games. But there's only one thing that is kind of pleasing everyone, right? And that's just chatting. And when it comes to the games, it's just... Yeah, I haven't found that game yet that connects us all. And then these games that I play become very lonely experiences for me. Where I'm just basically doing a live let's play, and I don't want that. I want everyone to be like feel a little bit more involved into the games that I play. You know what I mean? That's the main issue that I have. It to me it feels like I'm doing an old school 2006 PewDiePie style or Markiplier style let's play, but I'm doing it live. And once again, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying that I just realized after 5 years of doing this that I'm trying to be a striker, right? But I cannot score any goals, so maybe I'm meant to do something else. Maybe I'm the playmaker. Maybe I should be the goalkeeper. Maybe I should play on the wings, or maybe I should defend. But it's not striking. So I'm not. It's not like I'm leaving the game. It's just that I'm rethinking my position in this game. That's all. I'm not a genre player. I'm not the guy for RPGs, right? That people come to and be like, hey, that's the RPG guy. He always plays RPGs. He's an expert in RPGs.
How does a cucumber become a pickle? It goes through a jarring experience.
Cucumber in a jar. I get it. Welcome, Double Chocolate Chip. Happy Monday. Hi. I was just explaining to Dante and to Kai. This is another one of those venting and depressed streams where I'm talking about the channel. But we can switch the topic in a second. I was just mentioning that I realized after 5 years that that I'm not a striker. I might be a playmaker or defender or goalkeeper, but I'm definitely not a striker, and I'm trying to force myself into the striker position, and I'm just not a striker. Hi Madara, hello, welcome. How are you doing, Madara? Welcome to the stream, happy Monday. I think the stream right now is also a good indicator of proving my point a little bit. It's not like I will drop gaming in total. Maybe we'll do it where I have like a dedicated day for longer games or story heavy games, like a story Saturday or something like that. But right now, at least, I hope it will change in the future, because I do love playing those games. But right now, I don't think I can play these 20+ hour experience games. God of War should have been the first sign, but I kept doing it, and then now it's been 6 weeks since the Expedition 33 release, and we're still stuck in Act 2. And then on top of that, we started a new game, which is also at the very least like 20 hours. So we need probably another 8 streams to finish 9 Souls. And I don't think I don't know. I don't think I'm the type of streamer that can play these games. Or should be playing these games. Finally came to that realization after 5 years. Actually, not after 5 years, because I always felt like that. I always told you. It's not a coincidence. I've been telling this to you for 4 years that I feel like I cannot sell these games. And by selling, I maybe have misdescribed it a little bit. What I really meant is that I fail to make these types of experiences immersive and interactive for everyone. Because so far, these types of games that I played that are 20+ hours have been like Let's Plays, but live. A Let's Play format, but live. Not very interactive, very chill, laid back. People sit back, relax, and watch. But the people who stuck around until this very moment in 2025, June 2025, I think are more interested in just having a conversation with me and not so much of what I'm playing. And the problem with these story heavy games is that they are the main attraction. It's not me, it's the game. And with shorter games like My Side or like that Korean dating game that we played, it was us basically that had the main interaction with each other, and the main attraction was us. The story heavy games, it's the opposite. I actually prefer chatting. A lot of people do. The thing is, I'm a little bit schizophrenic as well, because I love both. I love both equally. I am a gamer at heart, and I love playing games. And it's not like I started playing games to fill a niche or fill it's not like gaming is a niche at this point, but I actually enjoy playing. I'm very passionate about gaming. I've been playing games since I was 3, probably. Started playing on the Nintendo, on the freaking Nintendo. I mean, I don't really have any memories and recollections of playing on a Nintendo, but what I do remember, like my first memory I have from playing games is Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. That's the very first memory I have of playing games, and games have been a part of my life ever since. I'm 33 now. There's not a console that I have not played, apart from all the consoles that came before the Super Nintendo, like Atari and whatnot. That was not my generation. But N64, I was a PlayStation kid, but also later on had an N64. I was the first generation with a Game Boy, right? Pokemon, a Link cable, a PSP. Yes, I played PSP, and I was also one of the few people who had a PS Vita, which was way, way, way ahead of its time. No, wait, I'm actually lying to you, because the only console I have not owned in my life is the Wii U. The Wii U is actually the console that I never owned. And an Xbox Series X, like the new gen. Like, I don't have a PlayStation 5, and I don't have a new Xbox. I'm still using an Xbox One because it's a streaming box at this point. You just need a Game Pass. Okay, Virtual Boy I did not own either. I always wanted a PS Vita. You did not miss out anything on PS Vita. The screen was phenomenal. It also had something completely unique. It had a double touch. Like, it recognized 2 touches on its screen, which was extremely expensive for Sony. That is why the PS Vita was such a failure. It had an OLED screen back in 2000 and what was it, 2014 or 15. OLED at that time was already super expensive. Then it had haptic feedback and a gyro, plus a touchscreen that had multi-touch, which was at that time also extremely expensive. So it basically recognized 2 touches at the same time on the screen. Plus the dedicated discs that the PS Vita had, which was something that Sony always did because they were greedy. There's only one reason why they did that and not go with cartridges, is because they didn't want anyone to like copy or brick their system. That's why they had these mini... What were they called again? Mini disc or U discs or something like that? It was like a mini, just literally a mini disc. UMDs, yeah. It's crazy. Like again, the PS Vita was like, it was probably 5 years ahead of its time, and that is why it was such a like failure for Sony. Was extremely expensive and not profitable for them. Very expensive to produce. Same with the PS3, by the way. The first line of PS3s until they redid the entire thing, was actually hurting Sony. Like, they paid on top of it, basically. It was heavily subsidized by the Japanese government because Sony, basically, they gave them no option. Sony was like, you either give us money, government, or we have to let a lot of people go. So the government kind of subsidized, in a sense, the PS3 because it was just too expensive. Have you played Lego Batman, the video game, on PSP? I have not, but I had like everyone who owned a PSP at some point cracked the PSP, so I pretty much had every game on it, and a Game Boy Advance. The only reason the PSP became so incredibly popular was because home brewing and like cracking happened on it. It was like a Steam Deck. Well, back in 2006 or whatever, 2008. Yeah, but that usually what happens with pioneers who come a little bit too soon. Sega is the same. The reason why Sega ended up like going bankrupt is because was it the Dreamcast? What was the latest console, like the last console? Was it the Dreamcast? The Dreamcast was incredibly ahead of its time. Like it was insane how much, like how futuristic the last Sega console was. Yeah, the Dreamcast. Incredible piece of tech, but just ahead of its time. It's crazy, right? Older people... Best failed console ever, exactly. Yeah. We're so old that we still know Sega as a console manufacturer. As one of the big three. Nintendo, Sega, and PlayStation. There was no Xbox. Xbox came around in 2002? I was in 5th grade, I believe. 5th grade? 5th or 6th grade. 2002 or 2003. I remember, like, vividly because I know that I was already in a new school. So I left elementary school. And I did play a lot of Halo with my friends. The co-op mission. Yeah, good times. That was probably, to be totally honest with you, one in NA. Okay, it came like a year later, I believe. Or maybe it came out in 2001, but I got it 1 year later. Oh no, okay, then I was on point. Crazy, my memory. That was probably, to be totally honest with you, that was probably the best, must have been the best year of my life when it comes to gaming, like being a gamer. Xbox, GameCube, PlayStation 2. A game library as big as the sun. Lots of bangers. So much fun. And it was also the era of the Game Boy Advance, so everything was kind of peaked. Everything peaked. Handheld gaming peaked. Everything peaked. Summers were nice. Winters were nice. That was in 2002. That was 2 decades ago. My god. That was a different time. That was just a different time. Quite literally. Is anyone currently watching the club World Cup? I'm starting to see the issues with the World Cup being in America, because by the time I woke up today, 2 games were already played. One started at, I believe, 12 a.m. in the morning. And the other one was at 4 a.m. in the morning. Football turned into NBA for me, because it's currently hosted in America. But it is what it is. Let me see if I have some... Time zones make everything rough, yeah. Unfortunately. But as long as the highlight, the most important games are played like later in the day, I'm fine with it. Because there's also currently a game happening. Chelsea is currently playing, right? Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea is playing against LA. Yeah. Yeah. Chelsea's playing against Los Angeles right now. Crazy. And Chelsea's leading with 1 goal. No surprise here. No disrespect, but that's kind of what was supposed to happen. Let me see if I can find something to talk about on Twitter. Dress shopping today for streamer prom? Streamer prom? What is streamer prom? MLS doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, MLS needs a couple of years to develop still. As I said, I think if the moment America starts taking, I mean North America, South America already does, but the moment North America starts taking football, I mean soccer in this case, a little bit more seriously, I think they can actually start like seriously competing. But if you have these giants in sports like the NFL and the NBA and the MLB baseball, like most Americans I can imagine just don't give a damn about the MLS. Once that changes, once you have a certain school programs maybe as well where soccer actually looks like a sports career that you want to pursue, then things will change. But right now, I think the average American parent would rather have their kid play in like a basketball sports program or NFL or baseball and not soccer. The talent is there. You cannot deny that. America is a very big place. It's just that there's no structure yet. Because where you have to start and where all the European teams have definitely an advantage over America is the youth programs. The Netherlands, for example, have one of the best, or if not the best, youth development in soccer. And then second best is, I believe, Real Madrid and Spain. But it starts with the youth. You gotta build from the ground up. Let me see if there's some shit on Twitter. I did not have enough time. Usually I have like, since we, in the past we did just yapping every 7 days, every Sunday. I had 7 days to pick up and like stuff on on Twitter. Now, since we almost do it daily now, I don't have enough time to like new shit. The one thing that we can maybe talk about is the end of the Gekushin Squadra beta, which I was also part of, the network test. And I would say in general it's a good game, but it does suffer from the exact same things that Pokemon Unite suffered from, that ultimately made me stop playing the game. And that is like the cheap last hit on stealing a boss, for example. Now that is super common in MOBAs, right? Where you last hit something and then you get it. Like in League of Legends, no different that if you do the last hit on the dragon on the map that appears, the boss, that your team will get it. But it is way easier to prevent that from happening in a game like League of Legends, because the game is a lot slower, a lot less flashy, and there's tons of ways to crowd control someone. Like you can stun people, you can basically protect the dragon a little bit better. In Dragon Ball and in Pokemon, you can just go in, do like a Hail Mary move, steal the boss, and they can sometimes decide the outcome of the game. Like more so in Pokemon, because if someone steals Zapdos, the game's over. Your team will win. In Dragon Ball, it's not as severe, but it definitely gives you an advantage, and the there is not enough crowd control right now, and the game is just too fast in order to prevent that. So I definitely hated that. They need to work on that a little bit. Also make the towers, the God of Destructions, a little bit more, I don't know, sturdy, I guess. And I do not like the entirety of the monetization. There's something I did not show you, because I basically did it on my own, like, free time. Before I started the stream yesterday, I went into Gekishin Squadra, into the game, and the development team gave us 500,000 in-game currency, so basically $500,000. So we can unlock everything. So I started unlocking all the skins, I started unlocking all the cosmetics and whatnot, and then I tried to get my hands on the animations, which were the banners, right? The gacha system. And it took me roughly, maybe I was incredibly unlucky, but it took me roughly 40,000 in-game currency to get all the animations. So that would be what, $4,000? That's insane. I don't like the gacha mechanics at all. The capsule part. The Gex Trilogy has been released on all platforms. Trilogy? I thought the Gex... Like, I remember the Gex game from the PlayStation era, but I thought it was one game. I didn't know it was a trilogy. The more you know. 30 years later, I'm a bit smarter now. Wait, did they remaster it? Gex Trilogy. Gex Trilogy on Steam. Honestly, I had no idea it was a trilogy. The only one I remember, just judging from the covers, is the second one. Yeah, the cover for the first game and the third game are not familiar at all. I don't think they released in Europe. I'm only familiar with the one where he looks like James Bond. Rematch is also available since today. I've already seen a bunch of people play it. My fingers are itching. They got early access because if you buy the Super Ultimate Edition, you can play the game 3 days before everyone else. I'm still gonna wait for my purchase because I've seen a bunch of things that I absolutely distaste in the game, and I don't think it will disappear anytime soon. One of them was just the lack of things to do. It's a pure online game, and the practice mode is kind of weak, and the tutorials have there's one obstacle race thingy for you to do in each category. I don't think that is enough content, to be honest. And number 2 is the meta. The current meta, absolutely distaste meta building, and people can call me a noob and that I have skill issues, but I honestly hate it when there's already a certain type of way everyone plays like in a new competitive game. I just don't like it, man. I wish people would just play more casually. But now everyone is doing the backboard shots, which is absolutely dumb to me. Not because it is effective or anything like that, but it is so far removed from real soccer. Because if you're playing, even if you're playing street football in a cage, in an indoor place, if you're 1v1 against the goalkeeper, and if you're truly a footballer, if you're a soccer player, your main objective is to hit the goal. It's a 1v1 against the goalkeeper. In 90% of the time, the goalkeeper will lose. It's an easy goal for a striker. But in this game, because it now became so incredibly effective and harder to defend for noobs, now people, when there's a 1v1 situation, people will shoot the ball even though they could directly shoot at the take a shot at the goal, they will now shoot at take a shot at the backboard, and then the ball will bounce back. And when the ball bounces back, you can basically do like a bicycle kick. And now everyone plays like that. And that is something that kind of, I don't know, it disgusts me. Because it makes it round, it's round, and then everyone is starting to play like that. It's soccer, for God's sake. You're supposed to pass the ball, you're supposed to try and shoot the goal, but now it's a mechanic, right? And I don't like that, so I'm gonna wait with my purchase. I was so hyped for the game. I had so much fun playing in the beta. But it's now just it's like when people discovered the like quick build stuff in Fortnite and everyone started doing 90s, and then without doing 90s you cannot even play the game anymore and shit like that. I distaste that because it removes the beautiful flavor of the game of football. Right? It is supposed to be unpredictable. You sometimes have super selfish players who do like very like individual things that will lead your team to a victory, or they do individual mistakes that will lead the opposing team to the victory. It is supposed to be unpredictable. Do passes when you're like the enemy is expecting you to shoot, or vice versa. So many beautiful ways to play the game of football. But now it's run. You get into a 1v situation, do a shot to the backboard, do a bicycle kick. That's what most people do now. I've been watching people on Twitch the entire day. Not the entire day, but a good 60 minutes. I watched Northern Lion. I watched a bunch of Vtubers play it as well. And there were several occasions where they went in front of the goal, shoot the fucking ball, they did the backboard shot. I don't like that. And if you dare to say something like that, right, in competitive games, people get so anal about it. Like, oh, skill issue. It's not a skill issue, it's just a dumb skill. I can do a backboard shot and bicycle kick. It's just boring if everyone plays the same. It's the same with card games when everyone is starting to play the same decks. It completely destroys the variety of what the cards offer, right? One of the many reasons why I stopped playing Hearthstone like 10 years ago is because I played during the time when everyone had those Jade decks, those Emerald type of decks. And then I started playing ranks, and there were only two decks you encountered. The Emerald deck or the one that countered it. So it was so boring. This is a true boomer rant. This is really true boomer rant. I just wish people... I wish the internet wouldn't exist. These types of game would be so much better. They might still be a meta that would develop 100%, but it would be developed through maybe one player who discovers it. And the only way you could find that type of meta is through playing against very good players. So you would learn by basically playing the game, and then you would see something and you would try to replicate it. There's some sense of like exploration and playfulness in that way that we used to play competitive games before. Because like when you played Halo 3, for example, right? There were also very cheesy tricks and whatnot that you could that players used. But there was no tutorial that teaches you that type of cheesy tactic. It's something you saw in the game. You played against someone, and then you get a headshot by a dude that is standing on top of a door, kind of. Right? And then you try and figure out how to get on that door. yourself. It's completely different than watching a video that teaches you how to get on the door and never being seen, never be seen by other players. Discovering these tricks was part of the experience, but now it's the only experience. And that is why I miss like competitive games without a million YouTube channels, how-to channels. And the thing is, these days it doesn't even last a week before everyone starts using all of these cheap tricks. It's a day. People watch these videos before the game is released. The most fun I had with Rematch was in the beta, because there were a bunch of people like me who never touched the game before, and the very few first games that I played was so much fun, like incredible fun. But I just know that the game would never be as fun as those first few matches, because the skill ceiling obviously increases, but then also these types of strategies emerge, and then since the internet is well, everyone is connected and YouTube is a thing, now everyone starts to use these things, and unless you do it yourself you cannot compete anymore, so you're kind of forced to play their way, and it's just, I don't know, I feel like it destroys the beauty of a game. And it happens in every single game. I remember when I played Heroes of the Storm, at some point they started doing the 5-man top lane or bottom lane rush, where they would completely ignore one lane and just try to rush through like one lane, destroy a tower or two, and then start splitting. And then 2 days later, everyone started doing it. There should be patents for things you discover in a game, so it's only you that can use it. Makes you special as a player. You discovered it, now it's yours to use. Nobody can copy you. The good old days. I'm also not blaming people for watching these videos and trying to win the most games possible. But I just wish it would be different. World is unfortunately not revolving around me. I would be in charge. I would ban all the how-to videos and tips and tricks videos. I would put an embargo on these types of videos. The game needs to be released for a year first before these videos starts to pop up. That would be my first decree as world leader. Make competitive games fun again. Make them... Make those individuals in the competitive games stick out again. But how do you feel about that? Do you share that sentiment? Do you care about it? Do you not care? I actually have nothing to show on Twitter. Nothing new, at least. Yeah, the things that I liked are more Dragon Ball related from the network test. But I went through that topic already, so... And nothing really left to talk about. Other than you and your life, maybe. If you want to share something with me, go ahead. And if not, I would say we'd see each other tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It really depends on the weather. Let me check the weather real quick. I had a shrimp feast last night. Delicious. Delicious. You go out on... Did you do it yourself? Or did you go out? I'm getting very jealous of the pictures that you that you post. And you always post them around the time when I'm super hungry. Keep them coming though. But man, the steak that you sometimes post is delicious. We went out. Wait, do you have like a dedicated day where you go out? Because we tried that as well. Up to a point where we're like, we got a little bit too lazy and would rather just order. Oh, went for Father's Day. Oh, right. Right. I forgot about Father's Day. Because it already happened in Germany, once again. It's not like I forgot about my father. Trade rumors about KD happening. KD to Timberwolves? Why is KD jumping teams like every year? Just stay where you are. Must be exhausting as well, like moving every single year. Just posted the pics. Let me see. Oh, that's delicious. Nice presentation as well. Fancy. Gordon Ramsay would have liked that. Delicious. The soup is a lobster bisque. Biscuit? Biscuit? Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry again. But I need to stop these late night snacks. I do want to get in shape again. And I've made it too much of a habit to eat after streams as well. And that's just not good. Like right before bed, I would have like a piece of bread with something, or even worse, some like on Sunday, for example, after the stream, I had ice cream afterwards because I was still like, it was still so hot. Not as hot as Saturday, but still hot. Nothing else happening on Twitter. It's very, very disappointing. I mean, apart from the usual stuff. Nothing new happening. Usually Twitter provides a very good source to talk about shit, but there's nothing, there's no drama. No Vtuber killing each other. No streamers, nothing really big happening. Except for streamer prom, but I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what prom is, but I don't know what streamer prom is. Aldi just got some bomb pops in stock. Great for the summer. Did you see the Instagram post? Which one? Oh no, I did not. Can you say?
Soy puta? Soy puta.
Oh, but I've seen this clip before. Like it went around Twitter as well. Wait, let us check. Let me switch the scene. But can I reduce the sound of Instagram a little bit? It's very loud. I'll just try and search for the same clip on Twitter, because I'm pretty sure I saw that floating around Twitter as well. Let me see. Chibidoki Spanish. Okay, maybe not. Then we're just gonna go with the Instagram clip, but beware, it's kind of loud. Or maybe it's loud on my end, I don't know. Where's Discord? There we go. Switch the scene. Talk show.
Hey, soy puta? Soy puta.
Chibi,
Soy puta. What does that even mean? It probably means like something to do with poop, right? Can you?
That's like the favorite thing for people to do when you have someone who doesn't speak your language. The first thing you teach them is are cursed words. That's tradition. You gotta do it. Chibidoki, and the other one was Fifi, but the blonde one I don't know. Milky Pumuri. That's a VTuber I don't know. But I don't know. I know the other two, like Chibidoki I know, and the other one with the piercings is Fifi or Fifi. I see them on Twitter a lot. Familiar faces. Yeah, nothing else happening right now. Yeah, let's just take the Monday as it is, as a slow start into the week. We've been going for almost an hour, and to recap, we're just gonna I don't know. I'm just gonna be live tomorrow as well, and then we see where we are when it comes to games. But I think, just from a gut feeling, it would be smarter for us, not for me personally, because I do love playing these blockbuster games, but sometimes you gotta put away your own desires for the benefit of the world. No, sometimes you just have to, I don't know. You know how a lot of people always advise you to do what you love the most, right? But unfortunately, that is not always good advice. It might sound like good advice, but the reality paints a very, very different picture. So we're just gonna try and look for very, very short games with not a lot of immersive story, or maybe competitive games where you don't have to think about anything at all. Maybe we should have a dedicated day where we play these story-heavy games. I don't know. I'll try to figure something out. I had a completely different plan for June. I just wanted to play whatever the frick I want and let the reaction videos that I would technically, allegedly, supposedly upload do the growing for us. But I haven't uploaded a single video yet. So yeah, I'm kind of like forced into a corner. Play Night Rain. People say Night Rain is not really that good. I do have Elden Ring still. But Elden Ring is probably another one. Like, Elden Ring is an 80-hour experience. Is there something... I will try and look for games. I'm so sorry. I feel very disappointed in like myself, because I kind of feel like I'm letting my boy Zimby like I disappoint him a little bit, because I made 2 promises and I don't like breaking those promises at all. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll at some point hopefully we'll get to a point where we can do all of this stuff and still grow. That is all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for being here. Double Chocochip and Kai and Dante. Again, nothing is set in stone. Maybe we'll just continue playing these like long games tomorrow. You never know. But my gut feeling is telling me, not my heart is telling a different story, but my gut feeling is just telling me that these like long-winded, story-heavy games are just not a good fit for our current community right now. So we need to pivot. And tomorrow we'll talk to each other again. Please enjoy the rest of your day, of your Monday. Hopefully you have a great start into the week. And wear sunscreen. Very important. Don't ignore that. Even if you're not on the beach, a lot of people think sunscreen is only for beach time. It's not. Okay? Just go. If you go outside, sunscreen, very, very, very important. UV light wants to kill you. The sun wants to kill you. Protect yourself. Even for the people, and I was one of those, who always claim that they are not like easily burned, but you don't need to be burned in order to get damage from the sun. Trust me, I was one of those people who always try to get a tan, even at the beach, without wearing sunscreen. It's not good. Increases the chances of skin cancer by a lot. It's just not good. Just protect yourself. Drink plenty of water as well. Exactly. Super important. Sunscreen and water in these types of weather conditions. Okay. We should probably start raiding people as well, but not today. We're gonna do that in the future. Start raiding people again, because we're on Twitch. I'm also gonna add. Maybe I should add a guide the raid type of channel point. You can raid on YouTube as well, but it's a little bit more complicated. They're called redirects, and nobody knows of them, and you have to enable them as well. One of many reasons why YouTube is just complicated for no reason. There's so many conditions that you have to that have to align in order to raid somebody. So redirects, you have to enable them because they're disabled on default. And then you have to allow certain channels. Either you allow all channels to redirect to you, or you allow only a certain amount of channels, or certain channels, to redirect to your channel. And then the people who join the redirect have to have autoplay enabled. Because autoplay is the feature that makes the channel redirect, or the video redirect to another video. So if you're a viewer and you don't have autoplay enabled, you will not be redirected to that new channel. It's so dumb, but that is YouTube for you. Alright. I'm gonna take a cold shower again and go to bed. It's the only way I can fall asleep these days. It's just disgustingly hot. Alright, take care. Thank you so much for stopping by. And see you tomorrow. Probably same time, because of the weather. Around 9 PM, 8 PM maybe. And then we'll do something else. Bye-bye. It's a Chuck from Fortnite. What was it called? Cheesy? Cheesy slurp. A slurp from Fortnite. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.